I'm Konomori and I come back to Trades of Cold Steel. Let's get this side quest started. Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed it is. Standing before you is a nobleman overflowing with love and pathos, the one, the only Vincent Florel. I presume that you are the Cupid I asked the student council to send me. He's quite the character. He really seems to like himself, but that's what I've grown to expect from class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I'm here on behalf of the student council, yes. Then you still may well serve for my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you. Yes, something along those lines. Do you have some time to spare? So I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Let's hear it. Please elaborate on your request. A fine answer indeed. Although before we continue, phew, the reefer is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, this is kind of an unusual meeting place. Are you hoping to keep this request quiet? Not exactly. I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sends a reefer to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Well, that is apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I've received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love letters of late, and all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signs not but a nom de plume. What I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try to find her? These are anonymous, after all. To take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remain completely anonymous is proof of a pitying, hopeful heart. In fact, I am absolutely certain that she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with her 3rd letter. I would hardly be worthy of the Florel name if I did not probably thank her, would I? Yeah, I don't think I could stop you at this point if I tried. Do you have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we are looking for? I do indeed. The first hint is that she's a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of beautiful women, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. A grand rose. If I remember correctly, those are the flowers you use when confessing your love to someone, right? Right. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a grand rose in Trista is to purchase it from the town's florist. So if you ask the florist who's purchased one, precisely, you will be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Would you take on this task for me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I'm truly indebted to you. Based on her pseudonym and her use of a grand rose, I can only imagine Our Lady is the very model of grace. Now that you mentioned it, what was the name she used? Oh, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She calls herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married into the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless numbers of grand roses, and so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard that story before, but it is interesting. But this is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the flower shop right away. Very well, I leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. Quest started. So we need to go back to the flower shop. Let's go there since we still need to get the recipe from the town. And nope. The recipe if I... Right. Now I need to think. Where the heck was it here or... We really do owe Klein. He's a very good teacher, so Emil's we always happy to have him visit. He always there to listen to Emil's worries and give him advice too. We'd be lost without him. Okay, nope. Ah, wait, Hannah. Is she... What? Here. Wait, kitty. For fresh milk. Okay, for fresh milk. She seems so happy. Maybe I bring her some more another time. Everyone's so busy with the clubs these days. That's perfect. I want everyone to make the most of their youth. Laughter, tears, nerves, romance, it's all potential material for me. Phew, finally done. Now I can head out for the day. Heimdallr's only 30 minutes away by train, so maybe I hang out there for a while. Okay, then it's probably the upper class, the warm. Talk. I hear that your dormitory now has its own caretaker. I also hear that she's incredibly skilled, especially when it comes to cooking. Well, she's not going to outshine me. After the dishes. Victory sandwich. Please allow me to return the favor. Double espresso. Or not. I hear that one of the Rainford family's mates is now stationed at Class 7's dormitory. She is said to have a marvelous work ethic. I would have expected no less from a mate of such an esteemed family. As a servant of highly respected families, I believe it would be enjoyable for the two of us to get to know each other. Okay. Sunday school is currently in session. Even the mischievous children are studying hard at the moment. I hope that I am able to get along with them all soon enough. Wait, let's get her. Excuse me, would you mind if I asked you a question? Not at all, go ahead. Reen explained the situation to Jan and asked about any first years who had recently purchased any grand roses. It wouldn't be hard to find out if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose that information. Understandably so, I don't intend to do anything with this information that they don't want me to do though. If they ask me to keep their identity a secret, that's what I will do. I see. Oh, well, if that's the case, I guess I can help you out. Just remember though, it's your job to give the mystery sender your support and nothing more. I wish her the best of luck. This request is getting pretty complicated at this point. Right, I count 3 first years who've made a grand rose purchase recently. In class order, first is Beryl from class 3. Then there's Vivi from class 4 and Rosine from class 5. I see, thank you very much for the help. The fact that she's mentioned Vivi has me worried. Hope she's not trying the same trick on someone else right now. Good luck. Yeah, Vivi. Oh, is it here? Kurt loves the sweets. His favorites are very tall, so he's always making me wants me to make more. How about you try your hand at making one sometime? Okay, it was here. Right before. Oh. Back here is nothing. Ooh, what? Oral radios weren't nearly as common 3 years ago as they are now. It was a real struggle when I first started Radio Twister. To build up a little listenership, I used to sell radios for super cheap at bars and places like that. Man, brings back memories. Oh, text error. Somebody didn't completely read over that. Stuff like this can happen, especially with a game that has that extremely many, you could say, book-filling text. They showed I think that they showed the text from the game, the complete text, and it was, I don't know how many books. Excuse me, you are Rosine from class 5, aren't you? That's correct. Why do you ask? I have a quick kind of personal question for you. Rosine explained the situation to Rosine and asked if it was her who sent the letters to Vincent. Oh no, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a grand rose, but it was for the purpose of decorating the church. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question then. It's fine. I mean, translating from Japanese to English so that it makes sense. Because quite a few things in Japanese don't make sense if you just translate them to Japanese to English, and you have to change text there and all that with deadlines in place and everything else. Yeah. I can't see how extremely little error like that doesn't hurt anyone could come. What's up, Reen? Were you so taken with my feminine charms that you couldn't stand another moment away from me? There's something I'd like to ask you. Reen explained the situation to Vivi and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Well, now, that is pretty interesting. I'm going to take this as a no. Hey, yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Linde to set my sights on any boys right now. Oh, of course you are. You did buy a grand rose though. Don't tell me you tricked another poor, unsuspecting soul into helping you torment her. Pretty much. But can you blame me? She falls for it every single time. I can't help myself. You are a monster. Pure Linde. I can't imagine what she has to deal with as a sister like this. Can't help but love pranking Linde. She's just so easy. I really can't think of any better toy. Friend! Dennis' twin sister. Quick look here. Nope. Student Union Building, okay. Second floor. Here, nope. Dorothy, what is this exactly? The outline for our next work, of course. It's a pure love story focused on boys who devoted themselves to sports, body, and soul. Don't worry though, I'll let you join in on the fun too. You'll be helping me out once I've got this rough draft written up. That's certainly broad. I was partly aware that this genre is popular with women, but seeing it firsthand is really... Does Dorothy really intend to have me help with this? I felt so good after finishing those exams that I was inspired to plan out an amazing new story. Now all I need to do is focus on writing it. You're Beryl from class 3, right? I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you. Reed told Beryl about his investigation and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Do I seem like the kind of girl who would be interested in a romance? I needed to purchase the Grand Rose to use in a ritual, that's all. I see, that answers my question, but now I'm wondering what that ritual she mentioned is all about. Well, that's all I want to ask. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. I've asked all 3 girls the florist told me about, but none of them seem to have sent the letters. I guess the trail's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. Those tests are of little concern to me. My special charms worked just as I hoped. I have a powerful guardian spirit watching over me after all. Okay, let's get back to Vincent. There he is. Tell me, did your investigation prove successful? Wait, don't tell me. Have you brought our mystery woman here? Oh, be still, my beating heart. Yeah, about that, I wasn't able to find her in the end. You can't be serious. Did you ask the florist as we discussed? I did, and I spoke to all 3 girls who purchased the Grand Roses. None of their reasons for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into detail if you'd like. It matters not. If they do not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. I'm sorry that I wasn't any help, but there's one thing I'm curious about. Where could a girl get a Grand Rose if she didn't go to the florist? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if the Grand Maiden is a noble, she could have had an alternate source. However, my darling Vincent, I found you. Who goes there? State your business. The cookies I just baked ended up far more delicious than I ever could have imagined. So delicious that they could only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing, darling Vincent. What could possess a person to approach another out of nowhere and say such befuddling things? Furthermore, I do not have even the foggiest idea of who you are. Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was the Grand Maiden all along? No way. Dumbfounded. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margareta Dresden. Electricity. The lovely Grand Roses I attached were grown by my family. So that's how you got them. If you're part of Baron Dresden's family, then could it mean? Oh, so you know the story. Your suspicions are indeed correct. I, Margareta Dresden, hail from the same family line as the lovely Grand Maiden herself. It all adds up. Inconceivable. How could you, all people, be related to the Grand Maiden? When her beauty pales in comparison to your own. Look, darling, we are already completing each other's tones. And yours are oh so sweet. What you said couldn't have been further from my actual tone. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise on your handsome face made waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it in the end. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it's time for you to reply to my love letters. You enter a relationship with me. You may choose one of 2 replies. I would be delighted, or there would be no greater honor. Sorry, how many options did you say you were giving him? This woman could hardly be more different than the demure maiden her letters made her out to be. My only answer for you is a resounding no, begone, and bother me no more. So, that's how it is. Oh, just when I think you couldn't be more adorable. To think you're the sort of man who hides his true feelings away. I beg your pardon? There is no need to fear. Please have one of these special cookies I prepared. One bite and you no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Don't tell me you've mixed something into your cookies. That is for me to know and you to find out. So stay back, do not come any closer. You, don't stand there. I need your aid if I am to survive. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There may be a slightly bitter aftertaste, but it will all be worth in the air. I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Sarifa! Dare I ask what you are doing in a place like this? Sarifa, I beg of you, please free me from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you are my sweetheart's darling maid, are you not? So this is the Sarifa he mentioned. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I am afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper class dorm is required at once. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Florid awaits you there. I see, then I have no choice, I must go at once. But these cookies are a present from Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now? I will make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Well, if you insist. Margarita begrudgingly handed over the bag of cookies to Sarifa. It seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into this nonsense as well. Hopefully this can dull some of the pain that this annoyance has surely caused you. Prismatic cape. Thank you. With that, I wish you all a good day. Let us go, Master Vincent. Indeed. The maid may prove to be quite the obstacle, but no matter, there shall be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. Well, today's been full of unique encounters to say the least. At least that request is over and done with. Quest completed. And with this, let's end the episode here. And see you next time. Bye.